pick with your intuition. Card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Take your time.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this channel, Dimensions of Love, where we use tarot cards as divination and guidance through our awakening, but also just a reminder to get back home to love. And you shouldn't use divinations when you're going through an awakening. Yet in those times it feels one wants to have so much guidance because there are so many confusions, and confusions are good. But sometimes we just need to quiet the mind a bit, and it helps to just be a little playful with cards and images to just relax a little bit, because it can be overwhelming, especially if you're an empath and you're picking up energies not only of yourself but also of everything around you and everyone around you, right? So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so lovely for you to join here. Whenever this message will reach you, our energy is transmuting, and this is happening. You found me as I found you, and we are in this energy transmission together. So how wonderful. And we want to mention more. This reading will be about the new moon. That is the first new moon, and that will be in Aquarius. This Aquarius new moon, and the reason why we started, maybe that's important to say, that this is the first new moon, but it's been a full moon already. And we're not so much into astrology in that sense. We're not an astrologer, but we've been feeling kind of pulled towards that direction also, because Spirit is giving us messages to work with the moon and the cycles. So we're kind of trained with Spirit in astrology in that sense. So we didn't do the full moon because Spirit said don't do anything, and it was a message to everyone that is watching this channel, subscribers, but also to myself, to not do anything, because the full moon was in Cancer. So it was all about taking care of yourself and making sure that you're putting yourself first. So this is important for you to do, to just stay and embrace who you are. And I hope you've done this resting and giving yourself that space and permission, because in society we just don't give ourselves this permission to rest. It's always go, 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 and this pattern, this programming is so in us all so strongly that we just sometimes forget and go back to these old patterns. So for that reason we didn't do a full moon. So we're starting the year, and we specifically wanted to start this with the new moon in Aquarius, just to wave in that energy of what Aquarius is saying to us in this new moon. So today, the 21st of January, is the full moon, and it's all about vision and working together, being a good teammate, and just this, all of this beautiful, what actually 2023 is bringing to us. So just a wonderful start of this year. It just, what a great way to start the year. So we really wanted to bring in that energy of, because we love to move energy. That's the best thing that we can bring, is to move energy. So with that being said, let's jump into this reading. And I've pre-shuffled the cards before, as you've seen. If you want to see that or skip through, I think I'm going to put down some timestamps for you guys so you can pick and choose. And I'm feeling kind of masculine today. And so embrace yourself, whoever that is. I just felt like someone needed to embrace who they are. So embrace yourself, whoever you are, if you're feeling rough or if you're feeling soft. I don't know why that just came through. So let's just start with, I took out these shells because Spirit has been guiding us to work with the moon cycles. And in this year, we've been getting messages from Spirit that it will be all about the feminine, balancing the masculine. This doesn't have to necessarily mean that you are a woman or a man, as in 3D bodysuit form. It just means that you are embodying this energy of masculine or feminine. So take it as it resonates with you, and there's no right, nor is it any wrong. So you know best for yourself. So we have 3 piles. From the right side, we are going to have this card that is number 1, and it's a shell. So we're working with the water, and we will be working with shells, just images to just try to bring you intuitionally messages. Because if you're returning here to this channel, we are training our intuition that has been blocked to kind of unblock it. And we can do this with working with everything that is connected to that. So now we're connected to the water, to the feminine, and shells is the perfect combination for do that. And the synchronicity was there, so why not? So this is the first shell, and we've already given some timestamps before there for you to pick number 1, 2, or 3 out of these shells, which resonates with you. And that will be your message at the end, because this is a message for the collective. This is number 3. So don't look at the image more of what you like. Just go for your intuition. Do you feel 1, 2, 3 today? Is there a specific color? Is it a shape that you don't like? Even those that you don't like. Sometimes I would advise you to pick what you don't like also, because that says a lot too. So just don't go after what in the mainstream we are trained to do, to look after what's the most beautiful, what is so appealing to our eyes. More train your intuition of feeling that. Where does your eye go? Are you looking at the number placement? Are you looking at the shape today? Because we're different from day to day. So don't always be stuck in this same way of, I always pick number 3, so it's going to be number 3, as an example. Or I always use the colorful picks. So just pick one with your intuition in the moment and let it be how it is, and trust that guidance that Spirit wants to give you, just for you to work on. And of course, if you want to do it your way, you can do it your way. This is just what Spirit brought to us to remind you to work with, so we don't get stuck in those old same patterns. Okay, so that was pile 1, 2, 3. And now, before we start this reading, I'm going to ring the bell. So I want you to watch your ears so it doesn't hurt you, and just to clear out the energy here. I also invite you to take a deep breath, relax, wonderful. Okay, so now I felt like I'm stepping into my feminine softness. So I'm feeling like my viewers are being very soft now. How wonderful. So if you pick these piles, 1, 2, 3, you can let that go. And now we are just stepping into this new moon energy, new, bringing in the new. So Spirit, ancestors, spiritual guides, spirit teams, all that stand in unity, in light, in togetherness, and for the highest, greatest good of all. Watching this, being present here. Deliver the messages that needs to be delivered with love and clarity for everyone involved, for the highest, greatest good of us all. And so it is. Okay. So we picked our first card, and it was the Fool, which is a very happy card. For it speaks of you're stepping into something that is not familiar to you, and you're having a sense of playfulness like a child. You don't care about the dangers or how it will go. You have just this sense of that you're going for it. You're going for it in this amazing new direction, which is beautiful. And the second card was Queen of Wands in reverse. And because we got both of these two, and she has this beautiful robe at the same color with the Fool, the Spirit is saying that your confidence that was, you're just more in tune with who you are in yourself. So in this new moon, you're stepping into this confidence. You've been building this confidence. This confidence has been building up inside of you. Perhaps it is not showing in your 3D reality, but deep inside of you, this confidence has been building constantly. And Spirit is saying, soon it will manifest in the 3D reality as a glow up. Is that how it's called by the young ones? It's when you have a glow up. I'm hearing that glow up. So you're going to have that kind of glow up, just a change for yourself. And here we got the highest priestess. So she is the strongest. She's stronger than queens, than empresses, because she is the ultimate. This is the strongest feminine card that you can get, the highest priestess. We got her in reversed, okay? This is not bad. It's not bad always when they are in reversed. Yet this is saying, you see the black and the white, it needs to balance. So we're talking about the balance. And why do I know that this is about the balance? Because we got this balance card in our oracle deck. So we're using both oracle decks, and we're using Rider's Waite, the classic tarot, right? So these two cards together are talking about your balance, your sense of, you know, before you kind of overdid, maybe you worked too much. So there was an unbalancing working and home environment and relationships, just because you're going through these transitions that you're being kind of closed off to everything. So it is asking you. And also here, she's again, when she's in reverse, I'm getting this feeling of it's just this amazing fruitfulness that we can see when she's in reverse, which is saying that everything that you've been working on internally will be externalized sooner than you think. So just try to keep yourself balanced. And again, here, both of them, you are working through these, because both of them are in reverse, because this is how your reality will be. But this is how it is now, because you're doing this inner work, okay? So that's why these cards are showing in reverse, because it's an inner work. You're inside making all of this happen, and you're trying to work on yourself from the inside, which is absolutely beautiful. That is the place to start, especially in 2023, right? So she is just, you're embodying this feminine energy, but you're not there because you haven't completed this inner work, because you have, it's a feeling of not being in touch with it. So how are you supposed to know something when you're not in touch with it? You've never experienced it. You don't know. What are you looking for? How does it look? It's kind of that feeling that you're trying to find this feminine, but what are you looking for? And how does it look? You don't know. So you're kind of already here stepping into working with your intuition. And then we got the Tower card in reversed. So the Tower card upright is a devastating change. It's something that completely changes, completely changes everything that is happening, right? So it is a sudden change, and it can be very abrupt. So it can be um, very harsh on you, but in a good way, because it shakes off everything that wasn't stable. So we got it in reverse. So this is a little Tower moment I feel is happening within you, with this feminine, what's happening right now, okay? So with this Tower moment in reverse, just try to let it happen, because it will help you. This will help you and cultivate you to move forward in a better way with this energy that is here, okay? So just work with this feminine energy and relax. And so it was a little bit unclear. So we asked Spirit, why is this Tower here? Because I feel like all of these cards are talking about this stepping into this new beginning. And then Spirit just brought up this card of Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is victory. So it's a victory. It's very fiery. It's going forward. I feel like in a workplace, in your family place, you haven't been showing who you are. And the moment that you show who you are and you stand, you are victorious. So when you show who you are completely, something changes inside of you. Okay? So something shifts inside of you. Excuse me a minute. My daughter is here. Can you please go into your room? She was just standing there looking, and it's focusing different energy. It tends to be a little bit too much. I apologize for that. So this is the Six of Wands are talking about that this is happening. So you are victorious. You're stepping into all of this new. And we got the Six of Wands in reversed. So this was like, what is happening here? We have it upright and we have it in reversed. Why? And this full moon, it's just clarifying this, that, okay, there was just a message that entered right now. There is a woman. I think that this is an energy connected to you. This is a Pacific. I don't want to go into Pacific, but this is specifically to someone. There is a woman that's been, she's been using, she's been very in an ego place. So she's been acting of ego and wanting to go for victory without putting in the work, and caused a lot of hardship to people around them. And I just want to say, if this is in your energy, because I don't believe it's anyone that's looking, I believe that this is someone in your energy that's very strongly. I truly want you to remember that a mature person never goes and gives it back or revenges. A mature person always asks, why would this human being do it like this? Okay. And I believe, because we have the card here, I don't believe that this woman is so balanced, or this person that is in this feminine energy here. So I don't know where that came from or how it entered, but I feel like I needed to say that to someone. Now, because this is a general reading, so please take everything that resonates and leave everything else behind, right? We always say this in this channel, but sometimes messages also enter, and we are just the messengers. So we're just delivering the message how they are. That was a kind of, someone wanted to be seen. I feel like someone wanted to be seen, or is secretively looking, because my daughter was also standing behind of the camera and kind of looking at the screen while I was recording this, which is saying, because everything around me matches the energy of what is happening right now. So as she was standing behind there, I felt like it's the same way as this kind of woman energy has been. She's been standing kind of behind and looking at you, and has caused you as an energy to be more stiff, and maybe prevent you from being yourself. Wow, you've been having a quite rough time of expressing yourself. As you're stepping into your power and having this confidence that is growing inside of you, I truly want to tell you congratulations, because you are amazing. You are so deserving this victory of Six of Wands, because you've done the inner work and your glow up will happen. And this is the year where you will actually work with other people, and they will see you for who you are, and they will be more open because you're more open and you are showing who you are. And because of this, the energy is amplifies when we are together and we're standing in this loving way of understanding each other, and knowing that, even for this woman, it can't be easy when we're standing there. We have to ask ourselves always, with everyone that we see, is why are they doing what they're doing? What is the true reason of why they're doing that, instead of just wanting to attack back? So I feel like this year, and especially this full moon, as we're working together, we are not just attacking each other. We're kind of stepping back and saying, wait a minute, there's something here that needs to be balanced. Okay, something is off balance. So it's not just about me, it's about the collective also. It's about listening to each other, understanding where everyone is coming from and their perspective of how they see it, instead of just feeling that they've done you wrong, so you need to get even, you need to punish them. Nobody needs to really punish anyone, because we punish ourselves when we go against of who we are, and when we go against another human being, because that is also a part of us. We are here in a union, so that's kind of punishing yourself. So there's no need for another human being to punish another one. This is the law of the universe works. The law of the universe, spirit is being like, isn't this obvious? It's just very straightforward with that, saying that mind what you're doing. Don't look at it what anyone else is doing. Just stay balanced and have compassion, and of course remove yourself when it's toxic. But try to work together and try to even understand those people that are toxic. Why are they doing what they're doing, instead of attacking them back? Because usually people like that are very weak within themselves to act in such a way. So it's very unfortunate for them to be there. And I believe that sending prayers and love, it's better. And to this energy that's just present, it's saying that love and this understanding will shift. And the more, because I feel the viewer has confidence, so you're not feeling torn down by anyone. The same way as my daughter was standing back there, I wasn't feeling like she was intimidating me, or that I wanted to stop, or that I wanted to continue or pretend. If I'm going to use this in real time example, the same way it's for those that are watching this. You're not feeling that. I just feel like you're very confident in where you are, and we got this joyfulness. So there's a lot of joy around you, and something magical is about to happen. So something is unfolding here that the spirit doesn't want you to see. The spirit wants you to focus on your inner work and trying to make the best version out of yourself, and to shape yourself into this, and to collaborate with others. And the spirit, when you are prepared and when you stand here, when you've done your inner work, so that you can receive everything that is yours, will reach you. But first you have to stand in a place of receiving, so that you're done. Just like a bird cannot carry her eggs. If we want to talk about children, or we want to talk about ideas, you cannot have your ideas enter. Okay, this is something coming through here. There's someone that, or a lot of you that has ideas. Yeah, it's connected to these other cards, I can see. Okay, that don't second guess yourself. Just trust that spirit wants you to know. Don't try to focus on figuring out everything else, because when you stand and you clear this way of joy and happiness, holding your frequency high, allowing every emotion to enter and to be released. That's when you actually allow everything to enter that is yours. See, we all block ourselves in that way. We don't do the work, and we're asking, when will this happen? When will that happen? When will I find my counterpart? Where is my twin flame, my soulmate? We're just asking these questions, but we're not doing this work here. We're not standing here, present, going inwards, looking inwards, finding the answers within. We're constantly looking outside of ourselves, believing that the answers will be there. And Spirit is saying the answers are not there. Stop looking there. Focus inwardly. So focus inwardly. Or like right now, someone, just take a breath. Just take a breath. Center yourself. Center yourself. Because you've done so much and you've come so far. Don't let anything stop you. And here, with this working and this, if anyone needs to forgive this woman energy that has been there, forgiveness. You know, the forgiveness is the greatest power, as we can see this in this card that we got. Okay, so it is Jesus. He's a master, right? But he's also bringing. If we're not looking through the lenses of energy, of religion, if we're just looking at this Christ consciousness, he is bringing that awakening, that understanding, that higher self which is within you, understanding that hurt people hurt, that it has nothing to do with you. Just forgive them and release them. Forgive them and release them, because when you release that energy, you free yourself. And the more you're leveling up here, because you're just working on yourself. Spirit wants you to say, they're congratulating you. They're so happy that you're there. It just needs this forgiveness. And don't beat yourself up when we go back and forth, because this is what we do. We go back and forth in life. We go up and we go down, and we go back and forth. Take one step forward and we fall 2 steps back. That doesn't mean that we're not getting it or we're falling back. It's just energy clears out in that way. It comes back, it circles back. But every time it circles back, it stays a shorter time. So when you're in it, it just kind of stays and it's so heavy. But when you've been through it and you're kind of going through it, when you're there and you've been through it many times, it kind of feels, it just comes and says hi and disappears. So the energy, that's how energy works. Energy clears in that way. Energy cannot just empty itself out at once. No, it just comes back and it clears until it doesn't go there anymore, because there's no attraction to it. You completely release it. So release as much as possible, and also know that you are doing inner work. I can see that you are doing a lot of inner work, and that is amazing. So on our right side, we ask with the card of Archangel Gabriel, which is more about in this physical, because he's connected to writing and poetry and so forth. So we ask, what cards and what do you need to know? So if you picked number 1 or 2 of the pile that you had in your mind, this will probably be the card mostly connected to you, because it came out on the left side. And it's asking you that, yeah, it came on the right side. So it is asking you from the right side, 1 or 2, that those ideas, all of this that is coming in for this year, the collaboration with those people, with those new people that are entering your life, or energies that are shifting within your work. Maybe you're working in a different department, or if you're home and you're just doing this little business of maybe painting some tiny cards, or whatever it is wonderful that you're doing that's unique to you. Remember that this is divine. So I feel like you're second guessing yourself. You're saying, no, this can't happen, or this is it's not right, it's not done, it's not this. This is from the divine. The divine is giving you this message right now. If you pick pile 1 or 2, or you were drawn to pile 1 or 2, this is your message. That is from the divine. That is from the highest source of consciousness that is sending you all of this. So there is no wrong. It is just a pattern of you blocking yourself. So release that and just keep on creating. Trust it. It's beautiful. What you're doing is beautiful. No matter what it is, small, big, different, new, nobody has ever seen it. Spirit is saying to you, keep going forward. This is a gift. This is a gift. You need to do this for the world. You need to give this to the world. The world needs it, okay? So don't minimize it, because it is amazing, okay? That was a beautiful message. Okay, if you pick from the left side, still if you have number 2 or 3, if you pick number 2 or 3, we have this card that came out. Your creativity is expressed through your action. So I feel here that there is a blockage. As in, you have creativity, you have so much creativity here on the left side, but yet it's not coming out. It's being blocked. Perhaps it's been suppressed for so long that it's blocked in that sense. So Spirit is asking you to do something completely crazy, something just different. Record yourself when you're saying whatever you want to say. Just record yourself saying, singing, talking. Just let all of that crazy out, just to let loose the lid of it, so that you can start to be creative. Because when we block ourselves, we just need to do something. It doesn't have to be something that we're going to sell it, someone's going to see it. This is just completely relaxed, and to just make a painting. It doesn't even have to look like anything. It doesn't have to be spectacular. Just let it all out. Just let it out. Whatever it is, just let it completely out. Just open yourself up, because your creativity will start to flow in this way. But first it has to be crazy, and all needs to come out so that you can release and open yourself. Because I feel like you've restricted yourself, and that restriction has caused you to not do anything. So Spirit is asking you to release that blockage, to let it go, okay? So just go a little bit crazy. It's okay. Here, it's okay to go a little bit crazy. Just to let loose. Don't judge it. Just release it. And your creativity will start flowing, and wonderful things will come out of it. But you need to first completely let go. And so let's go. If you pick pile number 1 with the shell, so with the shell and water, you pick this one. I can tell you that the universe favors you. You are like the little child of the universe, sensitive, very, very sensitive, and just, even if you mess up, the universe takes you out of any difficult situation, and others might think, oh, how spoiled this one is. But you're not spoiled. You're very loved from the universe. So you have this unique print in you that's very sensitive and beautiful, that universe wants to protect you, because you have that purity inside of you. So you are a favorite one of the universe, and you are special in that way. So if you ever felt, how can this be? How did I always get saved in those situations? It's because the universe really takes care of you. And this is wonderful. I mean, that is amazing. I mean, that's why you're having this creation here. You're closely to this creation, okay? The divine, the consciousness is bringing it to you, because you have that love to hold it. You know, when you can hold more love, and when you can carry more light inside of you, you also get those gifts. So you're always blessed here, but just nurture your gifts here. How wonderful. That was message 1. And this shell is called, I'm going to say the Latin word, so you can all Google it in your own languages. So this is Bolinus brandaris. Bolinus brandaris. That's the name of this shell in Latin. Let's go, if you picked pile number 2, let's go and look at pile number 2, and it's this beautiful shell. And here, if you pick this is something being hidden from you, okay? There is this betrayal, and I feel just because this card number 2 is right under this Queen of Wands in reverse, that I just got the message there. I feel like this is when you will find out. But I feel like whoever picked pile number 2, intuitionally, you already know that someone is messing something up in there. You don't know exactly, you don't have the full story, and sometimes we never get the full story. We're not meant to get the full story. We're just meant to serve something for someone else, and they have to do their work in your life in that sense for growth to happen for both parties. So you already know and sense this, right? And forgiveness, right? So it's asking you, even before you know what it truly is, there is a feeling that you're already forgiving this. Like you're already forgiving it completely, even before you know what it is. I mean, that's a lot of strength to do that. So you already know. You already know. See, this shell was once in a lifetime. Like if we take the stories of it, this shell was copied in China. So they copied this shell because it was so rich, okay? So it already has the story of, I feel someone is not being who they are. They're not truly being themselves. And because you are becoming more and more yourself in this reading, you're kind of seeing this now. Like the mask is falling off. So you already know about this. And so just completely forgive them. It's never fun to be in this situation, but always have that heart to forgive and know that everyone is bringing our lessons, okay? We have mirrors and everyone is just bringing lessons to us, and it's a blessing, really. In the moment, it doesn't feel like a blessing. It feels horrible, right? But afterwards, when we've learned that lesson, that's when we can cultivate it and learn something from it and expand ourselves. So it's understandable. I'm right there with you. Yet just try to let it go. If you pick pile number 3, oh, let's just say this name. I'm sorry. This one's called in Latin Epitonium scalare. So that's the Latin name for that one. If you want to look it up, no, I never know how my viewers are, what you want to see. I love you all, right? So this is pile number 3. This is your card. So this is a queen card. So the energy you embody is pure queen. People should bow to you. You're amazing. That is how you feel. But it's asking you, when you are dominant, when you are in this energy of being, I know that when I can embody my masculine energy, I can be very rough in the sense that the energy can take a lot of space, but it's asking you to just be careful when you become dominant so it doesn't start to serve the ego, because it can easily become this of wanting to serve the ego. But also here, I have a message with the 6 of Wands here in this victory. I feel like it's representing also a boss. So some kind of authority, boss figure that will understand you and give you a leg up. Is that how you say the expression? That you will just expand yourself in that sense, in that business, because they will understand you in a different way. That's what I'm getting here. So that is your pile number 3. And also here, because you are on the left side and you got this creative expression, with these blockages. I feel like something will happen here when you keep opening up here. Just don't end up being in this ego. It's wonderful to stay in this queen energy, but just don't be in that queen energy, okay? Just also, if someone bows to you, bow back. You know, namaste, I bow to your light as you bow to mine. Just stand in that, okay? Because that's when wonderful things are happening. But you already know, you have that queen energy, but just embody it correctly. So the last one, of course, because we are from Sweden and we're up in the north, we are doing these wonderful runes. So this is the rune that we got, and it's an S. So this is a thunderbolt. It's called, let me look it up so I'll say it correctly. This is called Sowelo. So this is S, and it had number 16. And I was thinking 1 plus 6 equals 7. So there we are again. The Earth's number is 7. And we got this. And this is all coming back to full circle with expressing. So this is self-love, just being in your true, authentic self of expression and just embodying yourself, having that confidence. And so this is wonderful with closing this reading in this way. So these were your messages for today on this new moon. I hope that they helped you and that they served you in some way so that you can move forward, and have a wonderful Saturday today. Bye everyone.